Namaste, family. I hope everyone is having a high vibrational, just a good, abundant day, man. Make sure you get in the sun if you can and really just ground yourself in this new energy. Get ready to ground yourself for the energies that are coming up for this year because 2022, we're going all in, man. 2022, it's gonna be, we don't even know, man, because words can't describe it, what the universe is about to bless us with. So just know you are worthy, first of all. Second of all, focus on you and focus on yourself. Don't worry about other people. Don't get caught in the noise. Don't get caught in the ego and just this social ranking shit. Like, hell, like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you feel me, you feel me. But just got back from outside for just sitting in the sun, man. Just noticing, like, dang, we're really interconnected and we're one with nature. It is beautiful, man. Like, life is really so beautiful. Even when you don't have anything, like, you don't need money to be happy. You don't need clout. You don't need none of this extra materialistic stuff. Even though it is part of this life, it's good to have. Nothing wrong against it. I'm not saying anything like that. But what I am trying to get to is just really realizing how sacred life really is. And I'm not trying to sound morbid or some shit, but along this awakening journey, sometimes I think about, death. I think about just how the soul is eternal and how the soul, it lives on. And as energy, we don't truly die. Energy can only be transformed. It never dies. So that's just how I see this life. And I was really having just some deep thoughts last night. Like, I don't even know if it was that winter solstice energy, that portal, because A is still open right now. So my best advice to give you is to focus on the version you're trying to become right now. Focus on the intention. Focus on what you seek to bring to fruition and bring it into your mind's eye first. And just trust the process. Don't overanalyze. Don't overthink. And just don't be too much in your head. And drop into your heart. Just drop into the moment, because that's really what I'm starting to see. This whole thing with life, just us humans, and just knowing we're spiritual beings, having this experience, and just other people, man, just seeing that we're one in each other. Like, you watching this, man, I see myself in you just as you see yourself in me. It's all divinity, it's all truth, it's all light. And the one thing about this darkness is, don't get everything. You gotta have that intuition online. You can't just be quick to judge something like, oh, that's some demonic shit, oh shit. Because the more I've been in isolation, the more I've been in the darkness, quote unquote, it's really it's changed that perception. It's changed the perspective of how I see this. So you just gotta look at it as life is gonna happen for you. Those certain moments, everything is working into your advantage. And it's really just keeping our minds in check. Let's be real, people. This is all a head game. This is all it's all mind, man. It's all really mentalism. The more that I study it, the more that I just come to that realization of it, like, we're here to be something. We're here to do something special. We're not here to sit around. We're not here to beat ourselves up and to hate ourselves, self-sabotage, and just really be stuck in the past experiences of a version that isn't really fitting us and is not even resonant to this moment. So the more that I see just this present moment, how sacred that really is, I'm just like, damn, like, brings you back to the heart. It brings you back just to gratitude itself. Just seeing that it's really a blessing every day to wake up. As long as you're breathing, you got another opportunity. As long as you are standing, as long as you have these hands and these 2 feet and this mouth and everything, we have everything we need. Sometimes you just gotta quiet out the noise. You gotta really just get in your own equilibrium, get in your own feng shui. Because you have a divine blueprint. You have a special, unique essence that no one else carries. Just like me, myself, I'm spreading my unique essence. It's like a sprinkling pot into the universe. Think of all of us as humans. It's just a little pebble, or just a little pebble knocks off the cosmic cliff, if you want to call it. Like, think about it seriously. You take a pickaxe, come up to you, start hitting it, pebbles start falling off. Look at each little pebble as a human being. And we just came from the universe. It's like we're all just different expressions of each other, but all one in the end. At the heart, for real. Like, it really just, it's enlightening, for real. And this whole spiritual awakening thing is not all itsy bitty rainbows and unicorns the whole trip. You're gonna it's gonna teach you yin and yang, man. The universe is going to teach you that yin and yang and both sides of the spectrum, both sides of the polarities, and just seeing that sometimes it has to get worse to get better. Sometimes you have to fall down to get up. Sometimes shit has to dissemble or fall apart to be formed back together in a higher form, in a higher way, in a more evolved way, if you could say. So I'll just make sure if you resonate with this, feel free to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to get this in the algorithm. I'm trying to get this message out there because our voices deserve to be heard at this point. And this is really what they want, man. They want to suppress you. They don't want you to speak up. They don't want you to think for yourself. And I'm just putting this on the game because I feel you're too talented. You're way too gifted. You have way too many natural skills and just, man, I feel just for this collective, for this whole damn planet Earth overall. And it's just time to see the oneness in each other. It's time to drop this egoic, just false persona, this fake facade we've been playing for so long of just trying to be something, like worried about other people and shit, looking over your shoulder, that type of feeling, just this egoic pressure. And I'm starting to see it's all really, comes back to just this social status and the defense mechanism of us just thinking like, oh no, they're gonna judge me, they're gonna care what I say. Like, it's such a defense mechanism. Once you just start to study the ego, you start to see, damn, like, in a way, there's something in my mind, just like good wolf, bad wolf on each shoulder. There's a part of my mind that does not want me to keep progressing. There's gonna be a part of your mind, that inner bitch, wants you to sit on your ass, wants you to actually victimize and have a pity party and think about everything that is going wrong instead of focusing on what is going right. Because where we put our attention, man, that's where we're putting our energy. So it's gonna flow, it's going to grow. It's the best way I'm really just piecing this together. The more we connect the dots, the more we see, hold on a second, I'm in full conscious control. This whole reality, everything, you are in control of yourself, man. You're controlled from the inside, not necessarily from the outside, but look at it as a almost inner and outer manifestation. I like to call it the in and out method, to where it starts internal and it, like, everything is just a mirror to itself. Me and you are mirrors to each other in a consciousness type of way. Life is a mirror of our own inner shit. Just like other people don't always get you, is because the moment they see you, think about it. You gotta think about this. They have their own perceptions, they have their own conditioning, their own dominant beliefs, because this is all subconscious. And that's where I'm starting to see, the more we can dive into our psyche, the more we can study and really just observe our patterns, observe our mind, and see that everything, it's all correlated, it's all interconnected. And you just gotta see that there is a genius inside of you. You have a higher mind, you have a higher self, just as you have a lower self. So this lower nature of us, this lower self, is more of the arrogance, it's more the ignorance of humanity, it's more the negativity, the control, the power, the raw type of shit. And then once you just come up, and it's like the chakras show us this subliminally, like, notice it, the lower three, that's that more physical. Get into the heart, you start to expand, get into the throat, third eye, crown. These energies start to expand versus more, and that's why I look at it as almost like a funnel, you know what I'm saying? It's like the more physical, it's denser a little bit, it moves a little bit slower, but the more expansive, the more spiritual and universal connection, it's more just expansive, it's more just in a fluid state, I could say. So I don't want to just beat around the bush, but you know, I'm trying to get to the real shit. I'm really starting to see that word being suppressed as a motherfucker. You're being told to be quiet. You're being told, like, they don't have to say this shit to your face. Everything is subliminal, man. You gotta follow patterns. You gotta follow cycles, codes, man, numbers, things that just appear and they kind of just show themselves. They kind of, hey, nudge you subtly and show you something. Like, we just have to, it's up to us to connect the dots and start to see the game and start to see, hold on a second, I can play over here, I can play over here, I can play with fear, or I can play in love. And it's like you will get empowered, you will feel confident, just really taking your sovereignty back, taking your actual divinity, your freaking birthright, your divine right. And that's to speak up, and that's to do exactly what makes you happy, man. If it's adding value into the world, if it's making your vibration elevated, so be it, man. It does not matter what other people think. It's like this fear, this guilt, this shame, they have us really shackled by it. They really do, man. This fear is like, it's like someone grabbing your fucking, come here, bitch. Like, it's like they're squeezing and shit. With the fear, you gotta let that go. You gotta really just see, okay. They wanna try to make me overthink. They wanna try to make me hesitate, be indecisive. Once we see it, and this how, like, remember the in and out, baby. In and out method, mirroring and projection. It's all freaking in front of our face. Everything is, honestly, we're all just reflections of each other. That's why people even talk shit. That's why people even get pissed off and they judge you, is because you're just reflecting something back to them that they need to work on, or your light can irritate their inner fucking demons, man. This shit happens because it happens with me, happens with all of us. We can't bullshit, we can't hide. Cannot hide from the truth much longer, because it's as above, so below. The pendulum swings, oh it is coming back full throttle. It really is. So just love yourself for real, unconditionally. You gotta see that you are the maker of this shit, man. Your life, you are the author of it. You're the Picasso when life is the canvas. You gotta get you some, start freaking anything. Use your imagination. You gotta see this version. When I'm telling you this life is almost like a damn video game. Any version you wanna become, you can, simply. All in the mind. We're creating and evoluting in the mind constantly, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically. It's like, this is so sacred, man. We're taking this shit for granted right in front of our face. The healing is right in front of our face. Nature is here for us. The medicine, the natural, the holistic way, the pure way, it's always been here, man. It's just, it's up to us to get the key that we locked ourselves in our own damn prison, because humans are good at just freaking throwing that shit, throwing the key, totally forgetting about it, when really, it's in your heart, man. It's in your heart, I swear to you. When you just take a deep breath, you get more into the inner being. When you get more into the inner body, you get more into a presence. Not necessarily a person or the egoic persona of, oh, I gotta look good, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta act like something I'm fucking not, I gotta be something I'm not. Don't follow that game anymore. You gotta listen to that inner voice that is telling you to do it. That inner voice that is saying show up. That inner voice that's saying face that shit. Inner voice that's saying face those fears, face those weaknesses, because this is how we're here to grow. This is the point of life for real. Is to evolve. It's like we're going up or down on a daily basis, whether we see it or not. It's up to us. It's like you gotta be consistent with that shit. You gotta show up. You gotta freaking have that hyper focus of just being locked in one task at a time. It's like our minds can be all over the place. All over the place. We're in the past. We're in traumas. We're in different things that could have happened to us. We're in the future. We're thinking about, how am I gonna get this money? How is this gonna happen? How is that? Like, notice it's just survival mode. Survival mode. Like, connect these dots, and then once we shift out of that, shift into surplus energy, you start to create a more expansive state of consciousness. You start to create a more expansive state of vibration. It's more than it's more than our senses. It's more than what the human and the ego mind wants to comprehend, because the ego always wants to be right. It always wants to have everything perfect. It has to look like this, like, and just trying to prove ourselves to other people. Like, don't you see that like attracts like? And this always makes sense. Notice when we're fake. Notice when we're not really being ourselves. We're attracting shit that is not in resonance. It's not in coherence. I'm for real starting to see this shit. It's like, once we be ourselves, notice that's when people, you start to see their true colors, man. You start to see how they really feel about you. That is God literally getting shit out of the way that is not meant to come up this level that you're about to reach. It's getting that shit out the way. It's clearing the way, man. Out with the old and with the new. And that's what this winter, so this whole shit, this thing going on right now, that's all I see. It's just purging and releasing this egoic garbage, man. The stuff that does not serve us. It's like, you just gotta trust yourself. Trust that inner voice. Trust that intuition. And that gut instinct, because once we tap into the heart, we know what to do, for real. The truth, we have that lingering voice in there. Don't even lie, man. Don't even cap. You hear it all the time, because I do too, for real. I'm not saying you're supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be da-da-da and this, because you are already everything. You are already whole. You're already worthy, for real. So I just feel like I need to step up as a man. I need to really just speak my mind and stop really giving a fuck what people think, because that shit is gonna keep you in the same spot, man. I'm telling you from my own experience. It's gonna keep you in the same spot, think about the same shit, looping in the same way. So we just have to really observe these patterns, rewire them, go to the origin of it subconsciously and see how the fuck did this even get in my mind. You know what I mean? Just don't even rush. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just show up. Simply show up for yourself. You will feel empowered, and just a little bit of energy a day, it's gonna turn into something. Don't do it to prove it to me. Don't do it to prove it to anyone outside of you. Prove it to yourself, most importantly, because that's what it's about. You versus you. We get so distracted. Think of how much progress we could really make if we just didn't fucking focus on other people for a whole day, for a whole week. We didn't think about what they thought about us, how we talked, how we walked, how we did anything. And you were just strictly yourself. That's what the universe is wanting, needs us to do, is telling us to do all the time, is to be authentic. It's really how I'm seeing it, for real. Just in that silence, just in the moment. Loving life, man, and being grateful. Gratitude is a high vibration. Appreciate what you have. Use what you have, man. Use the tools that are in front of you, because I promise you, I know what it feels like to want to just give up completely. Want to drop it. Just want to say, fuck it. This shit hurts. Shit is uncomfortable. I don't like it. We get it. It's like, there's a daily stressor. There's all these type of things that just, we got to harden the mind. We got to really just get mentally tough and just say, come on, man. Like, come at me, man. Like, know you're an alchemist. You can transmute this shit. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to bring a conscious message. And if you resonate with this, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be bringing more gems and just really just taking you guys along my journey. All of us deserve to speak up. This whole outer appearance, this is just a manifestation. This is just, at the core, man, your life, your truth, this whole thing. Do not be fooled, man. Never let your body define you. Never let the egoic assumptions define you and shit. That's not really you. So have your chest out, man. Keep your head up. Take a deep breath. Realize that everything's gonna be okay. Realize that you are on the good. You're doing fucking good. You're being hard on yourself, man. You just gotta see, like, it's a day by day thing, man. It's a moment by moment, showing up every single time. It's not all gonna happen at once. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna feel awkward and shit. It's part of the process, man. So just up your game. Stay elevated and do your thing. That's all it is, man. That's all I want to share with you guys for today. And just get in nature, do what makes you happy. Find your passion. I already know, man. Like and subscribe. Let's make a vibe. Remember, always the mind. Let's keep it in control. Let's keep it conscious. Surrender to the flow. And yeah, you already know. Saying tons of love, sending tons of light. Let's go, man. Get in nature. Let's raise the vibe. Let's go. I love all of you guys, man. Stay up, stay strong. Remember who you are, for real. The universe, the truth, the key. That's you.